Good morning and welcome to the Perkins Garage's YouTube channel for a Ford Tourneo Custom Sport walk around video. But before we do get started, if you are enjoying our content, hit on the subscribe button and never miss a minute of our content ever again. So this here is a magnetic grey Ford Tourneo Custom Sport L1, so that is the short wheelbase format. This vehicle features the 2-litre Ecoblue engine, which produces 185 PS of power, which in turn is transmitted through the front wheels through a 7-speed automatic gearbox. The vehicle itself is registered on a 2021 registration, meaning we're taking Ford warranty with us all the way to April 2024. The vehicle has done just over 11,000 miles, but like always, I'll get you the exact number once we're on the dash in a minute. So, let me walk you around this beautiful Ford Tourneo Custom Sport. So like always, we're going to begin at the near side front bumper, get the remote central locking key out of my pocket, click on the unlock button, and in turn this will wake up the daytime running lamps. The daytime running lamps give you the ultimate visibility no matter the lighting condition. A quick disclaimer, they're not flashing in real life, that's simply because of the frequency in which my camera records at. So we've got some beautiful daytime running lamps, and inside there are the Bi-Xenon HID Headlights. So some of the best headlights on the Ford range today. Below them we have front fog lights, and we can start to see front parking sensors, and they'll trail all the way along the front lip of the bumper. At the bottom part of the grille there you can see that little dully bit there. That is a front facing radar responsible for a lot of the driver assistance pack, which I shall cover in detail once we're inside the vehicle. Moving ourselves around the front of the Tourneo, we are eventually going to arrive to some beautiful 17-inch alloy wheels. So they are the machine cut alloys. So you have the silver shiny face with the gloss black just behind. They are fitted with the Michelin Primacy 3 tyres as standard. So you've got some very good tyres on there indeed. And I just thought I'd leave one ajar so you can see just how much tread is remaining on there. Going to just draw your attention north quickly, because in the windscreen there we have the first sensor. That is for the automated light. So as the sun goes down and the moon comes up, your lights will come on automatically. It's going to get a bit squarer to it. Unfortunately, you're going to have to take my word for it because of the reflections. Oh, there we go. We have one there which is a traffic speed sign sensor. So as you go past a traffic speed sign, that will display on your dashboard, and that can work in accordance with the intelligent speed limiter. We also have a sensor there which is a rain sensor, so that is for the rain sensing wipers, and also another light sensor for the automated headlights. Back down to earth now, we can start to make our way around the vehicle. A part of the driver assistance pack as well, we have blind spot assist monitors. Good morning, hello, and that will illuminate orange if someone's in your blind spot, either on the near side or the off side of the vehicle. The Tourneo Custom Sport features rear privacy glass, and you guessed it, that goes all the way around the rear of the vehicle, helping with that two-tone colourway scheme. So as you can see with the gloss black wheels and the rear privacy glass, the grey and the black really work well together. This stage of the video I come to the offside rear, and I get the camera nice and high, and I slowly shimmy it down the offside of the vehicle, hopefully showing you just how lovely all of the panels are. Like panes of glass, aren't they? Beautiful. So then we can slowly link that round to the offside rear wheel and give you a good look at that. The Tourneo Custom Sports come with rear discs for those that are interested. We're going to start to make our way around the rear bumper, so we can see rear parking sensors all the way along that bottom lip. Just zoom back quickly so you can get the full view. And the parking sensors are complemented beautifully with a high definition reversing camera. So now we're going to go to the near side rear and give it exact same treatment as we did the offside. So starting nice and high, slowly shimmying the camera down the near side of the vehicle. So you can notice we have a sliding entry door to the rear on the near side and the offside, so which is ever safer to gain entry to. And we can go to the near side rear wheel. Beautiful. Again, another Michelin, fantastic condition. And then we can go all the way to the near side front. Beautiful. So that is the body taken care of. Now it's time to look inside the rear. So we do have the unlock function on the key like so, or alternatively the pressure point is just below the rear camera. So we can open up this gigantic tailgate, which I must say is hydraulically assisted both sides. So it's very easy So just with a pull of a finger, you can shut the boot. So for those of you that are worried it's going to be very heavy, it is definitely not. Okay, so inside the rear of the Tourneo, this is the rear boot space. And just go to half zoom, just to give you the full effect, show you how high it is. So it's a very large volume rear boot space. The major difference between an L1 and L2 vehicle is about a foot or so behind the rear air conditioning blower motor and the rear seat. But even on the short wheelbase, you can get an abundance of suitcases in there, all of life's equipment, sports equipment, loads of golf clubs. They can stand up or they can lay down horizontally. 2 large dogs, I reckon, can get in there quite happily, or 1 fully sized gazelle. I've never seen a gazelle, but that's a gazelle sitting there. So again, underneath this cover here is a blower motor. This is for the rear air conditioning. So I just thought I'd show you underneath that little cover. And additional, I'm just going to go down quickly. Underneath is a full-size spare wheel with all relevant tools and jacks underneath the driver's seat, which I shall show you again in a minute. So shutting up the tailgate once again, nice and easy. So that is the exterior and that is the boot taken care of. Let's have a look inside the rear. So I'm guessing the reason you're watching this video is because you require 8 seats. So let me give you 6 of them in the rear. So there's a lot to discuss here, so hold your breath and let me crack on talking to myself. So this currently is in conference mode. So we have 2 banks of 3 looking at each other. The versatility of these Tourneos is probably the party piece. So these seats are all individual. So if you didn't like the 2 banks of 3 looking at each other, this row here can rotate 180 degrees. So you have 2 banks facing forward. So it's very easy to do so. So imagine this seat will then become the left-hand seat facing forward. We have a lever here, so let me give you a quick demonstration. That will then fold the seat in half. We have another lever at the bottom, pull this one upwards, then the seat locks into this position. From here we have another lever at the back of the seat, pull this one, and that will release this seat from the vehicle. So then you can remove it. So if you didn't require all 6 seats in the back here, maybe only needed 2 and wanted a very large boot space, just take out that row of seats. Maybe you needed a transit van for whatever reason, take all the seats out. But the versatility is, I think, the main point behind these Tourneos being so popular. Okay, so I'm just going to fold the seat back upwards again with my elbow. So in the rear here we also have 2 USBs on that panel there, 2 more on this panel here, so that's 4 USBs for these 6 seats. If these seats were turning the other way around, hopefully I can show you through the gap in the seat with my amazing camera skills. There we are, 2 more USBs at the back of the handbrake lever. So that is 6 USBs for 6 seats. Equally, we have sunblinds on every window, which are retractable. Up there are the controls for the rear air conditioning, so you can set the temperature and also the flow of vents, whether that's coming out the ceiling or even the floor vents as well. We have a rear speaker system and a rear lighting system as well, so these can be defined as a party bus. They're very, very good sound systems. So that's inside the rear. If you needed to see another video with the 2 rows facing forward, please go through the content on our YouTube channel, and on there is going to be many videos with it in the other format. So yeah, that is inside the rear of this Tourneo. Now let's have a look inside the front, where all the magic happens. So on the driver's door card we have 2 electric windows and all the front mirror, electric mirror controls, such as your folding mirror button there as well. Interior locking can be found just next to the door handle. Underneath the driver's seat, as I previously mentioned, we have this cover which pops off, and then you have all relevant tools and jacks you need to get you out of a flat tyre situation. Very important, maybe if on a family holiday you could save the holiday. Looking upwards now, we can take a look at the driver's and passenger seats. So the interior, I didn't mention in the rear, is a half leather, half cloth interior, but some very durable seating, very comfortable as well. The front seats, as you can see, come with retractable armrests. The 2 seats are heated and electronically controlled. So if you count with me, we have the forward and backwards, 1 and 2, front height, 3 and 4, rear height, 5 and 6. We have rear tilt, 7 and 8, and we have lumbar support, 9 and 10. So a 10-way electrically controlled driver's seat. I'm just going to jump inside the vehicle quickly. You may hear a bit of distortion on my microphone, so please just bear with me for a moment. Marvellous. Okay, now inside the vehicle. This vehicle comes with a classic key blade, and that can be popped straight in the ignition barrel. Stop looking at the camera, it's a lot easier if you look at the actual barrel. Okay, so with the foot on the brake, turn the key round, now gain us power to the vehicle. So to begin the interior tour, we're going to go through the driver display ahead of us. And to do so, I'm going to be using the arrows on the right hand side of the steering wheel, such as the return, the arrows and the menu button. Okay, so we're going to begin at the left hand side. So the left hand side is the classic RPM times 1000. This counts the revolutions of the crankshaft, and that is the output power of the engine. Just above it we have a seatbelt warning sign. At the bottom we have an engine coolant temperature sensor, we have a fuel gauge and also a gear selector indicator, as this is an automatic vehicle. The right hand side is where you'll find the analog speedo. So we have miles per hour around the outside with kilometers an hour in the middle. In the middle section we have the digital driver display. So I've said I'll get the exact mileage, which is 11,267.3. So this is your home page. Go downwards, go into your first trip computer, go down again into My View, and in My View you can customise what you'd like to see, whether it's fuel economy, digital speedo, you have trip computers, eco coach, calm screen and all of that magic. Coming down once more, this is the driver assistance pack. So I mentioned this when I was out the front of the vehicle. The driver assistance pack on this vehicle is blind spot assist, pre-collision assist, that will lessen the severity or completely avoid impact altogether, so it's a very important bit of software. The traffic sign recognition software that I mentioned beforehand, and that will display the traffic signs on the screen we're currently looking at. We have a lane keeping system, driver alert, cross traffic alert, eco coach, the adaptive cruise control and the intelligent speed limiter. If we come out there once more, go down, we have a navigation screen. So if you did program the sync forward navigation, you can have the directions appear on here, and when you click into the menu button you can easily set your home destination or previous destination, favourites or points of interest nearby. Down once more, we're into your media and your phone, then into vehicle settings. If we were just to come down quickly and go into vehicle settings, in lighting is where you'll find your automatic headlights or high beam, and we come down to wipers, and that's where the rain sensing wipers is displayed. So that is the screen ahead of us, so hopefully that all made sense to you there. Okay, so we did the arrows on the right hand side of the steering wheel. We have a voice command button just below, which is essential if you're using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. We have a pick up and decline phone function along with a previous and next song. To the left hand side of the steering wheel, this is where you'll find all of your adaptive cruise controls again. So at the top left we have the button for the adaptive cruise control. So this sets the distance to the vehicle in front of you and adapts your speed in accordance to that vehicle. We have a speed limiter bottom right, standby button top right, and we can set your speed using the set arrows on in the middle of that cluster. Just below we have a volume minus, a plus and a mute button. So progressing the video into the essential reservation, this is where the controls are for the automatic gearbox. So on the right hand side we do have the plus and minus button, so it can be considered a semi-automatic gearbox because you can take control of the gears yourself. We have an unlock button or trigger just at the back of the selector, and that will enable us to put it down to the relevant gear position. If your handbrake is on, you put it into a drive gear, you do get that very nice beep. In the middle there we have this little cover, two adjustable cup holders and a little storage area. We have a 12 volt socket and a USB-A port. USB-A port will deliver 2.1 amps of charging. This port is also essential for your Apple CarPlay, which I shall talk about in a second. Just above it, I'm just going to lose the gear shifter, you can see, we have your fan speed to the left hand side, we have your temperature controls to the right hand side. In the middle of that cluster we have your heated seats, both there, which are three-way adjustable, and in the middle is the electronically heated windscreen, which is essential coming into these colder months. Just above it we have your rear demist, front demist, we have different flows of vents, air conditioning and recirculation. So I'm going to progress now up to this beautiful Sync 3.4 module. So we know it's the new updated software because we have the dark blue band at the bottom. So by clicking the home button, this is effectively the home screen of the vehicle. So to begin, we can click into audio. We have different sources such as AM, FM, DAB and Bluetooth audio. Coming out there once more, going to phone. Then we have navigation, and in navigation we're going to have all, it's very easy to set your navigation on here. So for example, we'd like to come to Perkins to look at this vehicle. You're going to need Charlie Mike 77 6 Sierra Alpha. Click the search box, then that will in turn navigate your route straight to Perkins. Nice and easy. So I'm not going to click start because I'm here already, but if you did click start, you can have all of those directions appear on the screen in front of you. Exit out of that once more, into settings, and in settings where you'll find all of your widgets for the normal bits and bobs. So you've got your sound settings, your clock, your Bluetooth in there. In general settings, you can adjust a few of them. If you swipe left, we have the widget for the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So these are software, so basically what this does is mirror the software off of your phone onto this screen here. So there are many advantages of that, but the main ones are, for me, back to the voice command button. When you click that, that will wake up your voice command on your mobile. So for example, I use an Apple phone, so I get the benefit of Siri, and I can ask Siri to do pretty much anything I'd like it to. So make phone calls, send text messages, set navigation, play music, what's the football score, is it going to rain tomorrow? You can ask it anything you like whilst driving along and keeping your hands off of your phone. There's another advantage of that. Some people don't like the forward navigation. I won't be offended, but that enables you to use your Apple Maps, Google Maps, or even Waze on this screen. So everyone has their preferences, but it enables you to do a lot more with your computer in your pocket. Worth mentioning as well, we have a button here for traction control on and off. We have a mode button, so we can drive this vehicle in eco mode, and that will change up the gearbox nice and early, hopefully saving you a bit of fuel. And we also have one here to turn off the parking sensors. I'm going to leave you with the image of putting the vehicle into reverse. Then we have the high definition reversing camera, and on the top right hand side of the screen is where you'll find the proximity sensor for the front and rear parking sensors, which shall give you an intermittent beep that will increase in frequency as you get closer or further away from your object, if that makes sense. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. Any other information you do need, please do give us a call on 01376 550 899. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.